Russo from Paloma. This time I'm somewhat organized in my comments. I watched the video of the last board meeting and I was appalled and disappointed in Steve's reaction when he spoke to the audience, saying that he did not think that the UN and ICLEI are coming to Calaveras County. That the UN is underarmed and Calaveras County has big arsenals. Well, if neither the UN nor ICLEI has any plans for our local government, why are there 560 members in the United States of America, 160 of them in California? Members range from New York City to Willits, California. The population of Willits is roughly 4,000. Amador County was a member. They became a member through a grant funding for their general plan. They did not renew their contract about a year and a half ago. I've read the letter from ICLEI telling the county of all the wonderful benefits they would be forfeiting by not renewing their contract. I watched a video of a board meeting in Roanoke, Virginia. There were several people who stood up against ICLEI. There are some members that have withdrawn from ICLEI, including Oklahoma City, Clallam County, Washington, as well as a couple in Texas. A woman named Rosa, I don't know how to pronounce her last name, is part of Democrats Against Agenda 21. She is the executive director for the Post Sustainability Institute. She is a forensic commercial real estate appraiser specializing in eminent domain valuation and was an expert witness on land use and property value for 28 years. Her credentials include California Certified General Real Estate Appraiser, accredited senior appraiser, American Society of Appraisers, and was district branch chief of the California Department of Transportation. She is obviously a Democrat, and in her book she said she was a proud member of SEIU. ICLEI is in everything we do anymore. That is one reason why some of us question all the funding grants that the county applies for. What are the strings? Are there strings to force us to do ICLEI, not mandates, suggestions? I've also read that, and I haven't seen a contract with ICLEI, but I have read that it is treasonous in that it is a contract with a foreign entity, not of the United States. So I am very concerned about ICLEI and the UN. Thank you.
Any other public comments?
Good morning. I'm Tanya Delson from Valley Springs. And to some have been saying that the United Nations is some kind of massive plot to influence work in Calaveras County is laughable and ridiculous, and they make fun of us for calling attention to it. Well, the fact is the United Nations Agenda 21 is reaching its influence into Calaveras County. Many have already heard about ICLEI, called the International Council of Local Environmental Initiatives. One of the tasks of ICLEI is to advance the United Nations Agenda 21 at the local level, hence their name, International Council of Local Environmental Initiatives. Now they call themselves the Local Government for Sustainability. Their motto is Think Global, Act Local. And that's exactly what they're doing. As Sheila said, Amador County, along with hundreds of other counties across the country, were paying dues to ICLEI. The Environmental Protection Agency is a core funder of ICLEI. The EPA's website states that the EPA participates as a member of the United States delegation for the Commission on Sustainable Development at the United Nations. The Commission is responsible for reviewing progress and implementation of Agenda 21. The Environmental Protection Agency has joined with the Department of Transportation and the Department of Housing and Urban Development. And here's a document from their website connecting them with ICLEI. The Partnership for Sustainable Communities has joined with the Department of Energy, the Federal Transportation Administration, Department of Agriculture, USDA, the Funders Network for Smart Growth and Livable Communities to make $1.5 billion available for state and local governments to support sustainability planning. Local governments are enticed with grants from the various agencies that implement Agenda 21 policies. In fact, our Board of Supervisors voted unanimously for one of these grants at the last meeting. Agenda 21 was designed from the beginning to convert the soft law, non-binding agenda into firmly binding global law, enforceable through the International Criminal Court and or the dispute resolution features of the Convention on the Law of the Sea. On the surface, Agenda 21 sounds like it might be beneficial, but a closer look reveals a pernicious plan that gradually eats away at our unique American freedom. Government takes control of all land use. Private property decision-making is no longer in the hands of private property owners. Instead, unelected bureaucrats use a collaborative decision-making process to reach a consensus. Individual rights are to give way to the needs of the community. The needs of the community are to be determined by a governing body. People are packed into human settlements, islands of human habitation close to employment centers and transportation. Wildlands Project tells how most of the land is to be set aside for non-humans. UN Agenda 21 cites the affluence of Americans as being a major problem which needs to be corrected. It calls for lowering the standards of living for Americans so that people in poorer countries will have more. It's a redistribution of wealth. Americans are cast in a very negative light and need to be taken down to a condition close to the average in the world. Only then will they say that there will be social justice, which is the cornerstone of the UN Agenda 21 plan. According to the United Nations Universal Declaration of Human Rights, fundamental rights are granted by the government and, quote, rights and freedoms may in no case be exercised contrary to the purposes and principles of the United Nations, unquote. According to them, you and the product of your labor belong to the community. No government grants us our rights to our lives, liberty, or justly acquired property, because each individual is born with these rights. In America, it's our government's job to protect our rights. Consequently, the product of your labor belongs to you, not the community. The United States has proven that the most sustainable peace and prosperity comes from people who respect each other's individual rights to life, liberty, and property. Agenda 21 will undermine the sustainability of our country. Thank you.